Here we are at the Coliseum. Are you ready? You're rolling?
Yes, I am.
Okay. It's Convocation Day. I love Convocation Day. It's going to be fun.
Convocation Day.
Hello, Dr.
Good afternoon to you. Aren't you excited?
I am. I love Convocation.
It's my favorite day of the year.
I
You know,
know.
lots of plans, lots of excitement and energy in there. It's a lot of fun.
It is. And the Coliseum's packed. Everybody's
Awesome.
waiting. So it's ready to get
Ready?
started.
Quick idea. So, you know, I like to reflect when I am driving. And so as I was driving in this afternoon, I had a great idea. You're going to love it.
Okay. Is it? Well, we didn't really plan for something.
It's just a minor tweak to the program. The crowd will go crazy.
With that?
Yes. Isn't that a great idea? Don't you love it? Isn't it awesome? Can you imagine the energy it's going to bring?
But we didn't plan.
Sometimes you just have to be
for it.
spontaneous. You have to go with the flow sometimes. I'm licensed to do this. I can do this. I have great confidence.
But we didn't really prepare, and so people aren't. We have some things that aren't expected.
These things happen. It's okay. It's
You want
okay.
me to record it?
No, give it just a minute.
Don't worry about it. I've got this. I've got this. I can handle it. I can do it. They'll love it. It's awesome.
But we probably should have practiced with it at least one
it's all
time.
right.
I mean, nobody inside
I've done this before, kind of, and it's all right. I know it'll be great.
Nobody knows it's coming.
But that makes it even more exciting. Just imagine the moment.
Okay.
Does that mean we could do it?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do it.
Okay.
Where's Mike? You see, Mike, I told you I could do that.
I know. You had it the whole time.
You should listen to me more often. Exactly. Hey, everybody. Hey, it's Convocation 2025. Yeah, it's the 24-25 school year, so we play ourselves ahead. So good afternoon, everybody. That big, beautiful vehicle is now the property of Ector County Independent School District and the ECISD Foundation. It was donated by the Education Foundation, and many of you, if not all of you, will have a chance to use that amazing thing. So we have several foundation members with us today. So let's give our foundation an incredible round of applause. Lots of inspiration, as you can see, Inspiration Station. So lots of inspiration will happen inside the walls of that vehicle. So we're excited to introduce it to you and give you a chance to get to know all that it is. We're also joined by a host of other special guests today. The front 3 rows are filled with some special guests. First, we have our Board of Trustees. So if you guys want to stand up and wave, there we go. We have several elected officials, partners, and others in ECISD. So if you guys would stand up and let us give you some recognition. Elected officials, partners of ECISD, please stand. There we go. Our cabinet members and senior leaders are here as well. If you guys would stand up. There you go. And we have some other special guests that you will meet. We will introduce them as we roll through today's presentation. So again, thank you everybody for being here today. So reflect. We're going to challenge ourselves today with the word reflect. And it is a verb, it is an action, and we are going to be asked today to do a lot of this reflecting as individuals, as schools, as departments, and as divisions. And so I challenge you with whatever role that you play in ECISD to engage in the process today of reflection. And not just today, But for the rest of this year, let's use this verb and define it. An interesting image of reflection. We don't always have to be in a place like that. Sometimes we can be in our own space as we reflect. So wherever it is that you reflect, even if it's a place like this, again, I encourage you to do that today. So the first part of reflecting is to think about the past a little bit. And we have been very busy over the last 5 years. Many of you have been with us for 5 years or longer, and so you've been a part of this journey. And so I want to start today with, let's reflect on the past a little bit and do a little bit of celebrating, because there's a lot of amazing things happening in this organization. First of all, we passed a bond referendum in the amount of $424 million. You're going to start to see some of that come to life in your schools and around this community. Every teacher in this organization has a new Promethean board that's in your classroom. Either last year or this year that was installed. That's a part of this bond package. So thank you, community, for making this happen. We're excited that you have that opportunity. Our students will have access to brand new musical instruments. Those have already started to arrive, and they're being delivered to schools at the elementary, middle, and high school level. So once again, thank you to our community for providing this opportunity for our students. If you're at one of our middle schools, you may have noticed some brightly colored tennis courts on your campuses. Those courts are colored to match the color of the school. So once again, because of the bond referendum, our students at the middle school level have an opportunity to enjoy these amazing tennis courts. And speaking of middle schools, hey, did you hear? We're building a new one. There it is. So part of the bond package was the construction of a brand new middle school, a $120 million middle school that'll be built in the western portion of our county on Tripp Avenue. That property has already been purchased. We have a big sign out there already if you've had a chance to drive by and see that. And we have almost completed the design of that brand new middle school. We'll be excited to break ground on that in January of 2025. So we'll have students and staff in that school as we begin the 26-27 school year. So huge opportunity and much, much more to celebrate because of the passage of that bond. Again, most of you, if not all of you, will be able to touch it and feel it in our facilities for the next several years. So thank you to our community. We're growing. We are in a community that continues to grow. Our mayor is here today. Our county judge is here today. And both of these individuals know that we live in a community that people are choosing to move to. Business and industry is alive and well, and that is attracting more and more people to our community. And as people move here, many of them have children, and so we're a growing school district. Some of you will feel that this year as you return to your campuses. We're a safer place this year than we've ever been before. We now have 48 police officers in ECISD, the largest number of officers we've ever had. In fact, when you see our officers, and many of them are with us today, you're going to see a lot of new faces. So please welcome them and thank them for being a part of Team ECISD. We have more that we'll add this year, but we're excited to have the 48 that we do, one of the largest police forces in the region. So we're excited about these men and women that have joined our team and will keep us safe. Money. Speaking of safe, our money is really safe. Deborah Ottmers and our finance team. Where's our finance team? Where are they? They're way up there. There they are, all seated together. You can see over the last 5 years, we've maintained an A rating. For the last 4 years, that's a perfect score. Perfection is difficult to achieve, but the folks in that corner, in conjunction with our Board of Trustees, have helped ensure that our finances are not just in good working order, but they are in perfect working order. So congratulations to our finance team for achieving perfection. Our students are making more interesting choices. Notice in 2019, 9,700 students were involved in our career and technical education programming. Today, that number is over 11,000 students that are involved in CTE. So we've added teachers to that program, we've added pathways, and the students have followed. So we currently offer 30 different career and technical education pathways in ECISD, and our students are saying yes to those pathways by signing up. So again, something to celebrate. Our CTE folks, let's hear you. There we go. Here's a big one. We don't have as many empty chairs in the classrooms as we used to. In 2019, we had 350 teacher vacancies on the first day of school. Last year, we started with 36, and we're on target to beat that this year. That's a huge win for our students in ECISD, so give yourselves a round of applause for that one. And that didn't happen by accident. We've increased the teacher salary in this system. Notice where it was in 2017, $44,000. Today, the starting teacher salary in this district is $60,600, one of the highest in the state of Texas. So thank you, Board of Trustees, for investing in our folks in such a profound way. It makes a difference. We're now the home of the $100,000 teachers. We use this as we recruit folks to our area. We now have multiple of you in this building today as a teacher that are earning over 6 figures in this organization, again, because of the investments that we continue to make in teachers in this organization to ensure that our students have the very best and that we are retaining the very best. It's kind of nice to be home of the $100,000 teacher. We now have 5 National Board certified teachers, the gold standard of teacher certification in this country, and 5 of you have experienced that. I'd like to ask our 5 National Board teachers to please stand, and let's give these folks a round of applause. And we have another large group that we'll find out in December if they will join this group of 5. And so the pipeline to become a National Board certified teacher is large in ECISD. We continue to invest in that journey. Teacher pipelines, we have many. The way that we've gone from 350 to 36 vacancies is because of these pipelines and the other investments that we make. In fact, some of you sitting here today are a product of these pipelines, whether from high school to college, or from a paraprofessional position into a teaching position, but many of you have benefited from the large variety of teacher pathways that we have in this organization. And we thank our partners, Odessa College and UTPB, for helping us make this a possibility in our community. In addition to teacher pipelines, we have others. We have diagnostician pipelines, speech therapy pipelines, pipelines for assistant principals and principals. And many of you are engaged in those as we grow our own. It's important. As we look around our community, we have individuals that would be amazing educators. And so we've invested a lot of time, energy, effort, and money into developing pipelines that will allow people in our own community to lead our schools in the classroom and lead our facilities. So excited about all of those. We were the first registered principal apprenticeship program, not just in Texas, but in the United States of America. So ECISD leads in this particular area as we develop the most effective principals in this country. And because of this and some other investments, we will now be the home of the nearly $200,000 principal. The number one factor that improves student achievement is the teacher. The number 2 is the principal, and so we are investing heavily in those 2 individuals to ensure that we have the very best in the nation right here in ECISD, because our students deserve not just good, they deserve great. And so these investments help us to achieve that. So thank you, Board of Trustees, and many partners that are making this happen for the administrators in this organization. Kindergarten readiness. We invested 5 years ago in pre-K. We said if we're going to improve in the long-term results for kids, it starts at the age of 3. And so we now have a pre-K program for 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, and we've seen the level of readiness increase for our students. We're now at 54%. 66% of those students that go through pre-K are considered kindergarten ready, and in the state of Texas, it's 49%. So we are above the state of Texas as we look at our 5-year-olds being kindergarten ready. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. That's a big deal. Look at this one. These are our high school graduates that are earning industry-based certificates. You'll have a chance to be introduced to one of those students in a little bit. In 2019, only 111 students in our system earned that certificate. Today, that's 648, and this year we will surpass that at an even higher level. These are kids that are graduating with a certificate that allows them to enter the world of work ready and educated in a particular profession. So thank you to the career and technical education folks for making that happen and expanding those pathways. Our high school students, because of the investments that we continue to make, because of the work of great teachers and leaders, we've seen a significant increase in the scholastic aptitude test over the last couple of years. In fact, we're now above the state of Texas. The state average is 924. We're at 936. Congratulations. Look at this one. This is the College Board. This is our students that are taking that PSAT, SAT at the high school level. In 2019, that 1920 school year, we had 3 students that were nationally recognized because of their scores. Last year, we had 47 students recognized because of their achievement. A huge increase. So again, congratulations to the teachers that are a part of the success of those kids. College career military readiness. Many of you know in the state of Texas at the high school level, we measure the percentage of your high school students when they graduate that are considered post-secondary ready, college career military ready. You can see where we were in 2019, 56% of our kids. We ended last year at 73%. We already know where we're going to be this year. All we can tell you is it's going to be above 80, and I'll say well above 80. And in a few months, we will be able to release that number once the state makes it official. But that is huge work on the part of our high school counselors and teachers and administrators that have invested in our high school students, and then all of those from pre-K all the way through 8th grade that ensure they have a solid foundation. So give yourselves a hand. That's a really big deal. Oh yeah, by the way, the state average is 70. Yeah, so once again, above the state of Texas in this particular area, so congratulations. Associate degrees, these are kids that graduate from Odessa College a week before they graduate from Ector County Independent School District. So within a 2-week period, they have a college degree and a high school diploma. In 2020, we had 76 of those students. Last year, we had 199, and this year we will have even more. And so once again, thank you, Board of Trustees, for investing in this program for our students who earn an associate's degree at the same time they're earning that high school diploma. That's a big deal. Give yourself a round of applause. And our graduation rate is now the highest in 22 years at 85.7%. You can ask our high school folks, that's not easy to attain. It has taken some work to get there. The reason that we say 22 years is because the state doesn't keep data on years 23 through beyond. And so we know that it's longer, but that's as much as we have data for. So excited about the investments that we've made in our high school students specifically as we encourage them to complete that high school diploma. It's making a difference. Work yet to do, but we're real excited for the progress that we're making. And in other areas, some of you may be familiar with some of this, maybe not, but we continue to be not just a leader in our own community, but across the state and nation. We're a part of a program called outcomes-based contracting. We pay vendors not just because they provide a service, but we pay them for the good work that they do and the results that they get. We're leading the nation in something called outcomes-based contracting. High-impact tutoring. Our results are significant. Many of you have students, elementary, middle, and high school, that have been a part of our high impact tutoring program. Our results are remarkable. And so there have been many national stories about the results that we're getting, and we blend our high impact tutors with outcomes-based contracting, and it's working for our kids. Artificial intelligence, AI, kind of a scary thing for some. We have a team in the district that is embracing that opportunity and exploring ways to make that beneficial for the students that we serve and the adults in our organization. So excited about the journey that we're taking related to artificial intelligence. Human capital, all of the investments that we made in you, our people, are getting a lot of state and national attention. People want to know, how are you doing that? Your results are amazing. What's going on? And so we're sharing a lot of that work across the country. Blended learning. Multiple elementary schools in here have embraced blended learning and are getting incredible results from the blended learning experience. Those of you that are involved in blended learning, let me hear you. Yeah, the results are remarkable, and so those are the folks to talk about. Again, the state of Texas is paying attention. What's happening in those blended learning schools? Why are their results so much more significant? So that's a big deal for us. Our strategic plan that is winding up over the last 5 years has gotten a lot of attention because of the results that we're getting, and that's because of the good work of everybody in this room. And the way we manage our strategic plan, the project management oversight process, just how we do our work, getting attention as well. So ECISD, we continue to lead in our state and our nation in a variety of areas, and all of those are of which you are to be proud. And we have some individuals that are leading some areas as well. Dr. Vesley is a part of the college board now, so she's making decisions at the national level and using the ECISD voice to influence national leaders as we think about the college board and all that is involved in that organization. Beatrice Mata is leading at the state level. She was appointed by the governor to help provide input into our pre-K programs in the state of Texas. Our pre-K program is wildly successful, and folks want to know, how are you doing that? And so Beatrice lends her voice to the state committee that is looking at pre-K across the state of Texas. Dr. Brashia is here as well, a Permian High School teacher. He serves on the state board for educator certification, representing all of us serving on that board. I sit right across from him in those meetings, and every time he talks, I just smile because, hey, that's the ECISD voice speaking, and he speaks eloquently and represents us very well on that table. And so a lot of opportunities for us to lead. And so I encourage you to stop for just a minute and reflect backwards. All of these things are possible only because of the people in this room. None of this happened accidentally. It happened intentionally. We did this as an organization. Not you individually, not just your school or department or division. It's a collective we. And so as you reflect back on our work as an organization, be really proud. Be ECISD proud. We've come a long way, done a lot of work, and had a lot of success. And so I encourage you to take a moment and just absorb that and give yourselves a round of applause. The second kind of reflection that we do is in the moment. That is right now. We are just starting our school year. Judge Fawcett came up to me and said, "Oh my gosh, there's a lot of energy in this room." And I said, yes, there is. As we return to school, there should be a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm, because we are in the moment and we are excited about the opportunities for the students that we serve. And so as we reflect on today, our opportunity is to think about us first, me. What am I doing today? How am I being the very best that I can be? Whether I'm an accountant in finance, or a nurse, or a counselor, or a custodian, or a bus driver, or a teacher, or a secretary, or whatever role I happen to play, how am I today being my very best? And then how are we organizationally being the very best organization we can for the students that we serve? Oh, we've done a lot. When you look at these numbers, they're impressive. And so we feel good about the past, and we should feel very proud. But today, as we reflect, there's a lot of work to do. And so we can't simply sit back and smile and rest. We must have that energy, Judge Fawcett, that you talked about, because next week, 33,500 kids, they're coming back. And they have high expectations of us. And so we owe it to them to deliver the very best that we can. And so this year, we're going to pay attention to our graduates. We had a group of people last year that developed what we call the portrait of a graduate. What is it that in ECISD we want a senior to know and be able to do? When we put that diploma in their hands, what does that mean for them? They possess these skills, they're able to do these things. And so a group of you came together and said, these are the things that a student from this school district needs to possess in order to be successful as they enter their next pathway. So we're going to spend a few minutes kind of diving into each of these, and we have some individuals that are going to help us tell this story. The first thing that we said is we want a graduate from this organization to be ready for life. Life ready. Not kind of ready, not a little ready, but confidently ready to be successful. They need to be self-sufficient. They need to be able to live on their own, to be on their own, to take care of themselves. They need to be financially responsible. Hey mom, I need $5. Nope. When you graduate from high school, you need to be financially responsible. Know how financially to take care of yourself and have the capacity to be able to do that. And then physically and mentally healthy. Those are important skills as we prepare our kids for the future. And you've been doing this already. I want you to meet Andrew Zavala. Andrew just graduated from Permian High School this past year, so in the month of May. Give yourselves a hand, Permian, yeah. And Andrew is life ready. He is ready to take on the challenges that life throws at him. And I want you to meet him, and you'll understand, and you will feel confident too. This kid is life ready. Watch this.
Hi, my name is Andrew Zavala. I go by AJ. I'm 18 years old. I recently graduated from Permian class of 2024, and I'm currently working at Atlas Energy as a welder/mechanic.
Yeah, it's just pretty weird to believe that I was here not that long ago, you know? Here's how fast time flies.
Well, it all started here, actually, at Frost, my sophomore year, when I decided to join welding. It was just a kind of a tested out moment, but I ended up falling in love with it. I graduated this past year, and I really only had a week after graduation before I started working. Man, it was pretty crazy. They came here to interview us. It was my turn. I was getting real nervous because that was like really my first couple interviews that I've ever done. They actually told us the same day that we were actually hired on. They told me actually that they were bringing me on. They told me what my pay would look like, the hours. I was freaking out. I had to call my mom. It was a pretty wild feeling. Definitely learning new things every day. If there's something that needs to be welded in the plant, I'm like, man, that's me. Put me on it. Even if it's something I've never welded before, I'm not afraid to do it and just learn. That's how you learn. Even if I didn't pursue welding as my career, this is such a great skill to have on me, you know? And I was in the band also as well, on the drum line. That taught me valuable skills as well, being a leader. And I use what I got from there to here as well, like being up early, working as a team, being a leader, staying out late, working in the sun, you know, things like that. So the programs that we have here are pretty good. What advice I give to them is just keep pushing. I know it seems hard. I know I definitely had those moments too where like, man, I don't know if this is for me. I can't do this. This is hard. All this stuff is piling up. But it does work out in the end. As long as you keep pushing and have the mindset that I will do this, I will have this one day, you will make it.
You know, I be over here a lot, grinding metal and measuring stuff.
To be making this kind of money at my age is definitely a blessing, and I'm very fortunate to have this opportunity.
It's Mr. Hernandez's office usually, where you be making jokes all the time.
I started with Mr. Young. He was my first welding teacher ever. Then I went to Mr. Rodriguez, then Mr. Armendariz, and each person I took something, because they each teach different, and I took 1 point from them, and it made me to who I am today in welding wise. So they've all played a really big role in my life. The welding side of it is everything I asked for and more. Like that, some of the stuff I've done already, I'm like, that's crazy. I didn't even know I could do that. But yeah.
Pretty good times, a lot of memories. Goes by really fast.
You created that. So smile as you hear him talk. He had family and friends that invested in him. So he had a village that surrounded him. But as you listen to his words, he gave credit, sometimes directly and sometimes indirectly, to his journey through ECISD. He signed a contract, as he said, and do not get any ideas, anybody? But he signed a contract right after he graduated, and his starting salary is 6 figures. Yep. I see ideas already. I was just kidding about that. No, actually, that's the story. He didn't do it for the money. He did it for the opportunity. Your investment in him changed his life, changed the trajectory of where he was going and what he was doing. He was ready. Would you agree? Yeah. And you did that. You helped this kid be ready for life. Do you think he will be successful? Absolutely. I would say he is there today. Still probably some life lessons to learn, as we all have life lessons to learn, but congratulations on Andrew's success story, ECISD. Your investment in him made a difference. The second part of our portrait of a graduate is global citizen. And I love this first line, ECISD World Ready Graduates. Not ECISD Ector County ready, or Texas ready, or US ready, but world ready. Yesterday, if you were paying attention to the stock market and have any stocks at all, it was a depressing day because of Japan. We live in a global society in which one country and their decisions can influence another. Or one person in another country can make a decision that influences another. And so it's important that our graduates are ready for the world, not just the place in which we live. Our students need to be ready to change the world. World ready, empowered to do so, empathetic to understand the culture and climate and society in which we live, and then ethical. Leaders who make wise decisions, ethical decisions. Our graduates need to be that. I want to introduce you to an 8th grader who is on her journey to become that. She is becoming, but she hasn't yet arrived. We have some more work to do with Denise. She's a student at Crockett Middle School. We're gonna Crockett Middle School must be sitting back there. Listen to her story, and then we're going to meet her.
Hi, my name is Denise. I am 13 years old. I'm from Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, Mexico. I have been in the United States for 1 year. One day, my mom just told me, she just came in and she told me, we're going to move to the U.S. I was like really nervous. My biggest fear moving to here was that the teachers didn't know like Spanish and anyone was gonna help me. Miss Parra and Miss Valenzuela, they were always helping me and giving me emotional support. There's a lot of teachers that's gonna help you, and they're gonna understand you, because there's a lot of people that came in with like the same story like you.
My topic is making someone else smile again.
I want to become a doctor because I get inspired by my family, because my tios and my tias and my grandma, they're doctors and they were always helping the neighborhood.
My goal is give someone around the world the opportunity to have good health into like a surgery.
I know I have a long way to go, but with the help of my teachers and my school, I will get to Harvard.
So I hope you caught what Denise aspires to be. She wants to be a doctor, and she cannot get there by herself. She is dependent upon the work that we do collectively to help her attain that dream. So I'm going to ask Denise and a couple of her teachers to come on up at this time. Denise? This is the nervous walk before you get on stage. Hey, Denise, how are you doing? I'm gonna put you right there in that first seat. Howdy, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, Denise, first, thank you for being here today. I know none of these people make you, just pretend they're not here, you know? It's just a conversation between you and I. So, Denise, you are a part of the Global Leadership Academy, correct?
Yes.
Tell us, tell us what is the Global Leadership Academy? Tell us about your experience.
My experience in the GLA was really empowered because I learned how to present without being scared, and they also teach me presentation skills, and I really feel important because they wanted to know my biggest dream, that is become a doctor.
Yeah.
And help people around the world for free. And now I know that my dream can become true because all of the opportunities that they give me, like when I met Mr. Vasquez, and he told me that he was going to help me to get accepted in Harvard.
Ah, Harvard. So big dreams, there you go. So how does it make you feel to be a part of the Global Leadership Academy?
Really important because there's a lot of teachers helping me and always supporting me.
So on the video, we watched a presentation that you gave. How many years have you been speaking English?
1 year.
Oh, so not 5 years or 1 year, okay. So, and that whole presentation was in Spanish, right?
No, in English.
No, it was in English,
yes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Did you ever think that you would be speaking in English before this many people?
No.
No, I didn't either. So, kind of exciting. You're not nervous, are you? No, it's getting better. So one of the words that we talk about is empowerment.
Yes.
What does that word mean to you?
Be confident about you and just like be yourself.
Yeah, kind of that confidence piece, you're right, being really confident. How has the Global Leadership Academy and maybe your summer experience helped you become more confident?
Because they were teaching me the presentation skills and how to be confident when you're presenting about a bunch of people.
Yep, and it worked, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good, all right. Hey, thank you for getting over your nerves and for being here today. Your message to these folks, I think, is really important because you may be the only Denise that's at Crockett, but we have, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of Denises at every grade level around our system, and they have hopes and dreams, just like this one, and they are dependent upon us and what we provide for them, the experiences that we give them that allow them to build that empowerment, that confidence. So congratulations, Denise. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Job well done. All righty. And I bet you never thought you'd get a standing ovation from 4,200 people either, so Denise, that's great. That's awesome. Our third area is future focused. We want and need our students to think about their tomorrow. Just as we think about tomorrow, our kids need to be ready for tomorrow. That sentence, our graduates have the necessary knowledge and skills. Ladies and gentlemen, that's up to us. Our responsibility to our students is to ensure that they have the knowledge and the skills necessary to be future focused. That is our job, our calling. Our students align their futures with what's happening in their present, their interests, their talents, those things that you help them cultivate. They align where they want to go with what they're able to do today, much as Denise has aligned her passions and interests today with what she wants to be tomorrow. They navigate. Once they leave us, they're able to navigate their way through a post-secondary world, whether that be entering the military or a technical institution, a 2 or a 4-year. We equip our students with the skills necessary to figure out how to navigate that world in a post-secondary space. And then train and succeed. They are successful in the world in which they enter. Again, they are thinking about the future. I want you to meet a family that has 2 kids that are a part of our organization. And this mom and this dad are very dependent upon the people in this room to help their 3rd and 4th grader navigate this thing we call school so that they can be future focused, successful, and ready. And so Nydia and Sergio, if you guys would join me up on stage and bring your kids, our students, along with you. Let's give them a hand. All righty. So let's get some yelling out of the way first. I want you all to tell me, where do you go to school?
I go to school at Austin Montessori.
Austin Montessori. Oh. So, do you know anybody right there?
Miss Moreno.
Oh, hold on. That was my fault. Do you know anybody right there?
Miss Moreno and Miss Mendoza.
There you go. Got it. All right. And I have a feeling I know the answer to this question, but where do you go to school?
Austin Montessori.
Austin Montessori. Oh, yeah. Okay. And do you know anybody at that school?
Miss Williams, Miss Riley, and Mr. Six.
There you go. All right, so are you two ready to go back? Yes. Can you tell me, that's the right answer. They were nervous as to what you were going to say. So I want to ask, why are you excited to go back to Austin Montessori?
So I can meet new friends and go to the library.
Oh, there you go. Meet some new friends and go to the library. What about you? Why are you excited to go back to Austin Montessori?
To meet my 4th grade teacher.
Meet the 4th grade teacher. Have you met your 4th grade teacher yet?
No.
No, you might be able to do that when we're finished. Is your 4th grade teacher out there? Hey, look at there. There you go. All right. Oh, isn't that cute? Yeah. So we'll make sure you guys meet after this. There you go. Good job. All righty. Mom and Dad, let's talk for a minute. You all, I guess I should ask you the easy question. Are you all excited? Are you all excited for your kids to go back to school?
I am very excited for them to go back to school.
Same. I would ask you why, but I'm afraid you might give me an honest answer. As parents, you all have hopes and dreams for your kids. Talk about that, your hopes and your dreams for your kids.
I want them to be productive, out in the world. Like you're speaking about being self-sufficient, caring about other people.
Yep. Self-sufficient, you heard a little bit of that caring piece, opportunity?
I think I'm just going to bounce off of that. I see a lot of people that circle around being from ECISD students and then staying in college here in the local area, UTBB, OC, and then circle back and just give back to the people that gave to them. So my ideal hope would not be for my kids to move away, it would be for them to stay here and invest in our community.
There you go. Good, you can keep it. We'll share that with the folks from OC and UTPB. They'll be happy to hear that you want your kids to stay. But your word investment, you want your kids to invest in the community. What does that look like to you?
Being here just today, I almost wish that there would be a couple of these empty seats filled out with people from the public, just from the community, so they could know how many bodies it really takes to run this ship, because it really does. So when I want my kids to come around and just see that it's not just their one teacher in that one classroom, that it's a whole army behind them, helping with that ship.
Yeah, that's important. The public recognizing it takes the village. Yeah. I remember having a conversation one time with a parent, and the question was, why do you employ so many people in your school district? You have 2,000 teachers, but why do you need all those other people? And I think our 2,000 teachers will tell you, life would be really difficult without all of those other people. And so it takes the village in this room to make good things happen for your kids. That's important. What do you need from us as a school system?
Communication.
Communication.
Just being open, transparency.
Okay. Is it okay if we're honest with you about how your kids are doing?
100%.
Okay.
Just like I tell them, I'd rather you tell me the honest truth.
Okay.
Even if it's a mistake, then try to hide it or try to.
Got it. Transparency, honesty, listen to that. What else do you need or want from your school system?
Not sure.
Not sure? What else, Mom?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, it's good. Mom, any ideas?
What was the question?
What do you need from us? What do you want from the people in this room to help your kids be successful?
I think in a dream world, it stuck out very nicely, the young lady that was up here earlier. I hope that my daughter paid attention and she was able to see just how immensely blessed we are. In a dream world, I know that there's a lot of children in the classroom, but we all have our love language, and in my ideal world, we would just focus on one child, if even just for 2 minutes a week, and just see what their love language is and how they like to communicate. Mental health is just becoming a bigger issue, so that would be my ideal hope, that each teacher kind of focuses on one student, maybe even for 2 minutes, because some of those kids don't get those 2 minutes at home. And I reiterate that to my children all the time, that, when we go back to school and if a child talks to you, give them those 2 minutes, because a lot of them don't have that at home. But love language, it's a thing, it's a book, and it really matters to just focus on one kid just for a second and look at them in the eye and just tell them how important they are.
Yeah, no, In this profession, we talk about, there's a body of research that says the relationship that a teacher has with a student improves. When it is a great relationship, it improves outcomes for these kids. And so you just, complimented that healthy relationship. When we have good relationships, we know that it makes a difference in the lives of our kids. That's important. So last question, opportunity. I've got 4,200 people in this room. This is Ector County Independent School District. Our trustees, our employees. What's something that you want or need to say to us?
Keep up the great work.
Keep up the great work. There you go.
I don't know if this is saying too much, but it makes me really emotional to see so many bodies out here, and I just want to say that it really, really, really does matter. You really do matter. There are parents out there like myself and, my friend group, that we pray on the teacher that our child is going to have, because this full year, something that you do or you don't do is inevitably going to become a core memory or help shape the life of my children in the future.
Yeah, that's great. Powerful. The words, I think that's profound. The words that we say to these two children, the actions that we deliver to these two children make a profound impact on who they become. It shapes their future. And so thank you for those words of wisdom. Thank you all for being here today. We appreciate it. And hey, you can go meet your teachers. He's sitting right down there. All right, you guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All righty. No, you're welcome. You're welcome. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Nydia and Sergio, as parents, had an opportunity to talk with us. But there are moms and dads, aunts, uncles, grandparents, guardians of our children that all have things to share with us because they love their own. And so I hope you take to heart the challenge that they gave us, the needs that they have. Parents want to partner with us to help us invest in their children. So again, thank the four of you for being here today. And the final element of our portrait of a graduate is community influencer. Now, there's a new, when I was a kid and people asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? Influencer was not on the menu. Didn't really know what that was, but today in elementary teachers, you could probably relate to this. What do you want to be? I want to be a YouTube influencer. I want to be, and middle school kids are saying the same thing. And we recognize we want to create individuals that influence our community, but specifically kids that engage as adults in civic action. They participate in their community. They give back, like we heard today. Students that communicate respectfully, not just communicate, but they do it respectfully. We have an opportunity to develop those kids. And they utilize strong interpersonal skills. They have those relationships. They understand people, and they know how to connect with people. Our opportunity is to make sure that we develop graduates that are community influencers, into kids, graduates that mold and shape in a positive way the community in which they live. We have an exemplar a former graduate that went on to be influential in our country and has now chosen to come back to his community to be a community influencer. This time I'd like to introduce Bradley Marquez. Bradley, you were sitting in the red section. Is that? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, come on in. Before we get started, Bradley, we have a little bit of video we want to show about you. So I don't know if you've seen this yet, but we're going to watch this. And not everybody may know who you are, but they will in just a minute. Here we go.
Marquez quickly with a big hole. Marquez, one man to beat.
Bradley Marquez is an Odessa legend. A three-sport star at OHS who earned second-team All-State honors in football and then accepted a scholarship to play at Texas Tech.
High school product, there was something special about him. There was no question about
Bradley
that.
Marquez is making a name for himself out here. They'll throw it, and they'll throw it toward the end zone. Bradley Marquez!
He was drafted by the New York Mets to play baseball, and he played 2 seasons in the Mets minor league system while in college. In 2015, Bradley signed a free agent contract with the St. Louis Rams of the National Football League. He played 2 years with the Rams and part of 1 season with the Detroit Lions. Then, 1 more summer of minor league baseball in 2019. While that chapter of his story closed, another has begun in his hometown.
I know the footage can't be over because the Miami Dolphins weren't on your resume?
No, unfortunately not. No.
We have to work on that, so there's work to be done. All right. So Bradley, you've had quite a career. You've had some interesting experience. You've lived in some interesting places. In fact, you could live anywhere in the world, but you've chosen to live here. Why?
This is home. No matter where I've been, all the different places I've lived, I was away for a little over 10 years, and none of them were home. And I know home is what you make it and everything, but this community, my friends and family, they're all still here. And as great as it was to have them come visit at the cool places I got to live and be a part of, it's just nothing like home. So anytime I'd come back and visit and everything, once everything was all said and done, we knew we wanted to get back, at least in Texas, to be closer and get out of California. So.
We have things California does. We have sand, and there are palm trees, and there's some water around. So
it takes a little while to get there, though.
Exactly. One of the ways that you are influencing this community is you host camps for kids. Talk about that. What are they? Some of these folks in the room may know that because they may have their own children participating. But what is it, and then why do you do it?
Yeah, it started when I was playing my rookie year. Ended up doing a baseball camp was the first thing. When I had some time away, came back, did a baseball camp, and the first question from most of the parents and everybody else was, when are you going to do a football camp? So we followed that up the following year and continued doing it throughout the years, and then eventually getting partnered with Roy Williams, because we both used to do a camp separately and decided we wanted to do it together. It'd be better together, and so we've done that. I think this would have been the 5th year. We had a little hiccup in the system this summer, so this was actually the first year that we were not able, scheduling purposes, for me and him to be able to do it this year, unfortunately, but that's definitely a sign that next year is going to happen for sure.
Good. So another way that you are contributing to the betterment of our community is, our downtown area has been revitalized and continues to do that, but you've made an investment in downtown. You've opened a restaurant there. Tell us about what that is and why.
Yeah, a sports bar restaurant. Everybody loves watching sports and everything. And like everybody likes to say, another chicken place. We got chicken wings, so. But anyways, yes, downtown, especially when I was playing minor league baseball, we were traveling to a lot of little small cities, like way smaller than Odessa. And I used to see their downtowns. It's the heart of it. And I enjoyed seeing the community of it, what they look like. And it's like, how are they so much smaller than us? And, we have this oil field money and, a lot of great businesses and things down here. Like, why can't we invest in our own that can compete with somebody who only has 20,000 people and their downtown so much fun and so much much history and everything. So that was kind of the driving force behind that, along with my partner, Patrick Rodriguez, who's born and raised in Odessa as well, and has a love for this city. He's done the downtown address and everything, and he's the one who brought that to me, and I decided it was just the perfect opportunity, perfect time to try to be a part of the revitalization and get it better.
Great way to give back, investing in the kids, the youth in this community, and then, providing an opportunity really to help the downtown become even more lively than it is. So best thing on the menu?
A lot of people like the fried bologna sandwich. But I eat too much wings. I eat wings all the time.
You heard it first. It's the fried bologna sandwich, so there you go.
It's a special on Monday, by the way, too.
It's the special on Monday. But I'm sorry, we work on Monday, so.
We got
do you deliver?
We got DoorDash. Yeah, we got DoorDash.
We'll
Call-ins.
figure it out. All right.
We'll figure it out.
All right. So you've invested in our downtown. You've invested in our kids. As you think about hopes and dreams, what's next for you from an opportunity perspective?
I'm not sure. And I take it every day by day. I've coached youth travel baseball as well, so coaching has always been a part of me. I've applied for the job in the past. It just didn't work out here. I've applied at UTPB as well, so obviously the timing wasn't there at that time, but maybe that's one thing that I've yet to really do, that I've always wanted to do, be a coach and, try to, get your hands on them, day by day, these young athletes and kids, and just, help them. I've always told kids at camps and everything of that nature that I want to be a resource to this community. When I was coming out, there wasn't a lot of people who'd done it. Roy Williams was the one that I look up to, and which is an amazing full circle moment for me when I started doing my camps with him, was that he didn't realize how much he really actually meant to me, just seeing from afar. I hardly spoke to him or anything, but basically he showed me that it was possible, regardless of where you come from, and he did it on the biggest stage, and I just kind of followed in his footsteps in that aspect and just continued to work hard. And like I said, full circle coming back and being with him, communicating with him, and a nonprofit with him as well. It's just really special, and we just want to continue to mold the next generation of great student athlete and kids around this area.
Good. Bradley, you are a community influencer. It's one of the 4 areas we want our students to be community influencers, and you do a great job of that already in our community. And so we encourage you to continue to be a positive influence here and make investments. As you look around this room, I'm going to give you the same opportunity I gave our family. There are 4,200 employees that serve 33,500 children in this community. What do you want us to know about the kids that we serve?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me and seeing it, every kid's different, every kid responds differently, and I know these teachers know that. Everybody doesn't have a great day all the time, that's including yourselves as well, but especially the kids. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. You don't understand what certain kids have gone through the night before, the morning before, and everybody communicates differently. So some might be crying out for help in different ways, different areas, but nobody's the same. So it just takes someone really special to navigate those challenges and obstacles.
Good. Thank you, Bradley. Thank you for your influence, and thank you for your continued influence in our community.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So Bradley didn't know this, but he teed me up for the last reflection, and that is reflecting on tomorrow. On Monday, 33,500 students join us on Monday and Tuesday, some on Monday and the rest on Tuesday. And some of those kids will be just like what Bradley described. They're all different, 33,500 unique individuals. 72% of our students live in poverty. 72% of our children will come from a family of poverty when they attend school on Monday or Tuesday. Yesterday, we held a back-to-school event. And Alicia, correct me if I'm wrong, but they get in the first 30 minutes of this back-to-school event for our families, over 150 backpacks were given out to families that need school supplies to be ready for that first day of school.
Think about it, 150 families in 30 minutes. Not every child that we see on Monday is going to come from the home of a mom and a dad with a healthy breakfast and a hug and a kiss as they leave and walk out the front door. The words "I love you" may not be heard by many of our kids. And so we have an opportunity next week to mold and shape the future. And so as you reflect on you and what you will be this year for the kids that you serve, and some of you serve kids at a distance. You may be a secretary in central office. You may work in our volunteer program. You may be a counselor that sees students for very specific reasons. You may be a cafeteria worker that sees kids quickly as they pick up some food. But all of us have an opportunity to influence who our children are through words, deeds, and actions that we take. And so our challenge as we reflect on us as individuals is to who will we be this year for the kids that we serve? Because they need us to be our very best every single day. Because Bradley said, they're all different, every single one of them. Some of them are incredibly lovable, and some of them, not so much. But they all need us, each and every one, to be the very best that we can be each and every day. And so the verb that I leave you with is reflect. Reflect on your past and our past and celebrate those profound moments. Reflect on today. What am I learning? What am I doing to be the very best me and us today? And then reflect on tomorrow. Where are we going? Where am I going as we prepare for our students for their future? We have an awesome responsibility. Education is the most profound profession in these United States because we mold and shape the future of this country. Don't take any day lightly. Enjoy every single moment. There is only one way to end a convocation, and that is with an exclamation point. And so we have invited a really loud exclamation point to join us. So now I'd like to introduce our exclamation point, the Odessa High School drumline. All right, you guys, thank you very much. Follow the drum line out. Have a great start to your year.